Alright, so I am extremely close to 1,000 wins at the current moment, so I decided that I was going to do like a little bedwars guide sort of thing, and just kind of detail our strategies with this. The vast majority of all of the wins that I've had in bedwars, and just like all of the playtime I've had in bedwars in general, is on doubles, specifically with my friend here, Trix33, and yeah, so it takes 48 blocks to get to this base, so I toss him 6 iron at the very start of the game, and he has 6 iron, and then he falls into the void. That's not really what we want, but okay, well, this guy's just gonna do this. I'm gonna wait for him to come down, and completely fail. Alright. Alright, well, that works. We don't typically use TNT like that, but this was the first rush. I couldn't afford a axe, and Austin just got TNT, so. I'm currently deafened, so he had no way to know if I had an axe or not, so that was pretty smart of him. There we go. Alright, so now that we've taken out our first rush, our next order of business is to get to mid, which, on Speedway, that is not a problem, because this is mid. Austin's going over there to collect 8 emeralds, I'm going over here to collect 3 diamonds. There's not 3 diamonds here, and that's kind of a problem. If you have any number of diamonds at all, the first thing that you want to get is a miner fatigue trap, because that can save you like super hard. It's ridiculously good, and not enough people use it, except please God don't use it. I don't want to have to deal with that. I just want to break your bed. Leave me alone. Alright, so yeah, normally what I do is I get 3 diamonds from mid, and then I will get, or not 3 diamonds from mid, just 3 diamonds from the generator, and I will get prot in a trap. After that you want to get sharpness, and then just more and more prot levels as you can afford them. Yellow is currently connected to a base that is connected to us, so they are our next priority. That was dumb of me. Worked out. One just dropped.
Let's go on the let's go on the chicken rick guy. I was on 4.
That other guy got in my way and I almost destroyed him.
Are you kidding? Oh, they both have diamond armor and haste, and there's also 3 teams at our base right now.
Get armor, please.
Well, gray, white, and yellow are here.
I'm aware.
He's not gonna bridge fight me. Yeah, I guess bridging with anti-KV does work. 1 dead. See, if it's like 9,000 finals, sure. 10,000, 15, 30,000. I'm at white base. I don't know if that was white that was like at our base or not, but if it was. Now that I think about it, because that means the other yellow guy is at our base.
Don't know what was going on there.
Mute, and I could like just do call outs or something.
Alright, so this is Crypt. It only takes 32 blocks to get to the next base, so I just toss Austin 4 iron on this map, and he goes off with 32. And then we do this, and get in each other's way. Alright. Alright, so that's not how that would go ideally, but thankfully we got to keep our bed because one of them like walked in front of the other and reset their like wool breaking. So on this map I normally don't go to diamonds because I don't want to have a bridge that's getting like pretty close to another base until after we have obsidian. But right now I'm just kind of searching around. I wish I had more blocks. I would normally like semi-protect Austin, semi-scout for bases to go look to kill. And the way that you tell who you should be targeting is either A, glorious kill messages can give away how many finals or bed breaks somebody has, and that's pretty cool. You can tell who's the biggest threat just by like watching people and seeing how sweaty they are. Or the biggest one is literally just who has free time. So currently pink has killed their first rush white, which means they're not really doing anything at the moment. And that's a problem because that means they can come after us. See how long it took to break that bed? Minor fatigue is great. If he had anything besides wool, he could have actually avoided and prevented that from happening, but he didn't have anything besides wool. Pink team is currently getting emeralds, so that's an issue. We don't want them to get invis or something. And they won't. So that's pretty good. If you're falling into the void, you can like grab things in your inventory and like toss them out. If you try to queue them out of your inventory, that actually won't work. There's some weird thing where it's like, hey, just no doing that. They killed you fair and square, they get to have all the resources. But you can just bypass that because good server. Alright, well. So the next lesson is on never bridge fighting as a final. That is a bad idea and you shouldn't do that. Alright, so this is actually both of our favorite maps, Airshow. This is a pretty good map because you pretty much 99% of the time you don't have to worry about getting side rushed, because if you side rush on this map then you are blind, deaf, and dumb. Also, the diamond generator is in a pretty good location, and mid is very interesting. So that's pretty cool. Alright. Well. That was definitely a fair fight. Alright, so we just got finished with our first rush, so we could take their generator that they had, and now I'm going to buy a whole bunch of blocks and then prot in a trap, because prot 1 is amazing, and traps are amazing. I'm also going to get iron armor, because I can afford that now. Please, dear God, do not wait in the generator until you can get iron armor. That is... don't do that, please. I hate you so much. Alright. Alright. If you're wondering how I'm doing so much knockback to them, then I'm basically what I'm doing is every time I hit them, I'll let go of W and then hold it again. Get off, my god. And that's called W tapping, and the reason that you do that is because every single time you hit somebody during the same, like, instance of you sprinting, it deals less and less knockback, so what you want to do is just every time you hit them, stop sprinting and then start sprinting again, and that'll make it so that the knockback is reset every single time. And if you're good about it, you can get in double and triple hits that way by maintaining combo distance, which is something I'll have to talk about a little later. That is pretty complicated. Alright, so we're on Dragonstar this time. We haven't gotten a fast iron map yet, which is kind of weird because there's a lot of fast iron maps. But basically, if there is a fast iron map, then I'll usually also get a wooden axe, as well as my like 16 blocks to cover the bed up with. And Yellow's not rushing us, so that's good. That's the bed. There we go, there's the spawn prod. Bad. Alright, now that nobody is connected to us, or like super close to being connected with us, I can basically just run around mid and get to any base I want while Austin collects the emeralds for obsidian. I'm gonna go with green team because they have bridges that get like kinda close to us. They get to our corner rush at least. This guy's just going to let me take the bed because he's not paying any attention. And he has ping, okay. Alright, what happened right there was Austin was standing next to the generator for seemingly no reason. Maybe he was trying to be nice and like have us, you know, like split the resources. That is not the case actually. What he was doing, if you're standing like right next to the resources in a generator but not quite picking them up and somebody else goes into the generator, then you actually both get the same number of resources. It's like, say there's 32 iron in the generator and he's standing next to it and I walk in, we'll both get 32 iron instead of like both of us getting 16 or something like that. I could go in on red or blue, but blue's both at their base right now, and red is probably going to lose their bed. Yeah, we're targeting green. Alright, so now what I'm doing is both of these guys are at this base, and I'm above them, which means that if one of them comes out, I can like fall down, get the first hit on them, and then start beating the crap out of them until they're off the edge. So they're not going to try and do that. They are not going to try and leave the base until I make the first move, and I can just do this thing where I don't make the first move. Hello. Yeah, so the reason that strategy works is that people are impatient, and if you do that for like 20 whole seconds, people get extremely bored. So usually by that point they'll just come out of their base and you can proceed to wail on them as I just did there. Yeah, I can wait up on a base like that for quite a while if they're making it like pretty clear that they're not going to come out of their base anytime soon. Then I'll usually either just run off and go do my own thing, or I'll go in to try and get them low just in case like maybe somebody else is coming, or they might have to spend resources getting like gaps or something to try and get themselves back up to full. Alright, so this is a kind of special map. I hate this map. The reason I hate this map is because you can get side rushed on here, or corner rushed, and it's not like super clear where to go. We typically side rush. The generator in this is so fast and it takes so long to get to other bases that I have enough time to buy half a stack of wool and 2 different tools before we go to the next base. I'm just gonna grab that. And yeah, usually it takes me like quite a while to get all of the tools, but on this map it's just like, if we successfully do our first rush on the first try, then I should have all the tools, I should have armor, everything. It's like, it's dumb. We normally don't rush 2 bases before going to mid, but we like to go to the diamond gen on this map. There we go. Yeah, we like to go to the diamond gen on this map, and then go to mid, because going all the way to there and then going to mid from there is the worst thing. Oh my god, I can't place blocks anywhere. Okay. Alright, now you may be asking yourself, Cup, why did you go in on that person? You didn't have a whole lot of health there. Well, the correct answer to that question is I was pretty certain I didn't need a whole lot of health. And I was correct. So I haven't talked a whole lot about like why I actually play bedwars a lot, and most of it is just because I find bedwars to be very fun, but I very highly recommend bedwars for anyone who wants to get into PvP but isn't very good yet, or you're like just starting off, because bedwars has a lot of aspects to it, and like one of the big things that I think you wouldn't really expect from bedwars is it's not as PvP focused as you would think it is. It's a lot more to do with strategy and just how you work with your team. Obviously there's a lot of PvP elements to it, but I think this is probably one of the least PvP focused PvP game modes that there are. Gray's dead, that means red is not doing a whole lot. That's not good. Buddy, you know, sometimes people just don't like to move when you hit them. And, I mean, I can understand that. Like, if I had the option between moving off of the bridge that I was on into the void and not doing that, then I think I would choose to not move off of the bridge into the void, you know? He did it. Our bed. It is gone. I'm sad, because our bed's gone. There we go. And yeah, right there I won that fight because of W tapping. Do it all the time. Also block hitting. Block hitting is a cool thing that you should also do all the time. So yeah, a cool thing about block hitting is that if you're blocking and somebody hits you, then you take 50% as much damage. And that's not going to be like you're going to negate 50% of all damage because you're not going to be blocking the vast majority of the time. But you kind of get used to it. It's like, you're not like alternating, swinging, left and right click. It's more of like, you position your fingers in such a way that if you press down on both of them, then you'll click with your left and right mouse button, but you'll click a little bit sooner with your left mouse button, so you just kind of do like that. It should look kind of like this if you just go in F5 mode. This is doing it wrong. This is me alternating left and right, and you can see I'm not really, like, actually attacking very much. I'm mostly just blocking, because if you try and attack while you're blocking, it just doesn't do that at all. The only problem with block hitting is it will stop your sprint. Alright. Yeah, I talked about it very briefly earlier about W tapping, but sprint is extremely important during PvP, because if you are not sprinting the entire time— by the way, hold down the sprint key like always during PvP, like, there's pretty much no reason to let go of it ever. But if you are sprinting forward, then people will take more knockback, and you'll take less knockback. So, as you can imagine, that would be kinda great, and that also leads into something called comboing. So basically, comboing is this cool little phenomenon that happens in all Minecraft PvP. Absolutely not. No, 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 no. Okay, there we go.
Coins.
5 more. Alright, I'm going to talk about comboing. I'm going to actually do it this time. It's gonna happen. I'm not going to be interrupted by the fact that I have to sweat on people. It's gonna be great. We're going to take this bed and kill these people, and there's going to be no issues whatsoever. And hey, what if I combo this person? That wasn't comboing, and it kinda was, but anyway. Comboing is basically this thing, where, depending on your ping, I might see a particular person in a different location than they actually are, and it only really matters where I see them. If I see them as right in front of me, then I can punch them in the face. And if they're not actually right in front of me, then sucks for them. And the idea of comboing is basically, if I hit someone, then on their screen, they're going to get knocked back immediately, and I will be able to hit them again, even though they're not able to hit me. And the reason for that is, on their screen, they have been pushed out of range of me, but because of very, very slight ping differences— oh my god. Because of very, very slight ping differences, I can still be just barely in range of them while they're just barely out of range of me. And if I just keep that extremely specific distance between us, then I can just keep hitting them over and over. That's a lot easier said than done, though. It is actually extremely difficult to keep that distance, because that distance can vary a little bit and is usually extremely small. So yeah, if you saw, like, in that instance right there, I fell into the void, like, well before he hit me, and I was 100% out of range of him on my screen, but on his screen I was still, like, just about to walk into the void, and that's the basic gist of it. Ow. So yeah, when it comes to combat, there's a lot of different things that go into it. Biggest thing is probably just pick your fights properly. If you think that somebody is, like, way more geared than you, or even just if you think they outskill you, then you probably need to either gear up more or just avoid the fight entirely for a while. As far as comboing goes, the main thing about it is just W tapping to maintain that really specific distance, and if you're doing that to maintain that specific distance, then you're also knocking them back a whole lot more to make that just a tiny bit easier on yourself. If your sprint's ever broken during combat, that can be extremely bad, because then that can allow the other person to initiate a combo on you. So, like, one big thing in bedwars is whenever two people are running up to each other, you can place a block, like, right there as somebody's walking up to you, and that will make them just stop right there because there's a block in front of you now. Another thing is when you're in, like, a kind of open area, it's— whoops. You usually don't want to block it Okay. Basically, when you're trying to decide how to go about doing a particular fight, you want to do like a combination of different things. If you're in like a pretty small area where you can't really get knocked back that much, you want to block it as much as you can. If you're in an open area, you preferably want to You preferably want to combo people. If you're trying to combo people in an open area and you're actually just like trading hits back and forth, typically what you want to do is whenever you run up to them, you want to block it, so you can hopefully prevent a little bit of damage to yourself. If you're in combo distance after the first block hit, then ideally you would want to start doing a combo after that, but if you're still just trading back and forth, then just go with block hitting every time. Don't spam block it if you're doing that, because otherwise that'll break your sprint constantly and they'll be able to combo you, and that's obviously not what you want, but yeah, I think that's more or less all I have to say, other than learn how to use blocks. Blocks are extremely valuable. If I had learned how to use blocks, then I could have block clutched right there and not died. Alright, we're currently on Orchestra. This is basically the same as everything else, but it's a little bit more fast-paced, because one, it's a 32 rush. That's it, actually. So yeah, pretty much right from the start, you just run over and break their bed before they can place a defense. And that's kind of the general idea with all of the maps. That's why you rush so fast. Ideally, you just want the other people to not have a defense down by the time you get there. Nobody's going after our base yet, that's good. And now I don't really have enough to do anything. I have a lot of blocks, which is pretty good, but I accidentally bought a pickaxe instead of an axe, so I'm going to get some stuff from our base. And we're all set to go. Aqua's our corner rush, and they have gone to diamonds, which is a problem, because if they want to get to our base, it's not super difficult for them to do that, because the bridge over is pretty short. So we're going to be going for Aqua next. I don't know where Austin is. Well, I just had to void with 8 emeralds because the bee hopper was coming to our base, but yeah, that really sucks actually. I'm pretty sure you said that, and I took that to mean bee hop. I think you were trying to say void, I guess?
Yeah. I was trying to say, like, hey, there's an aqua guy bridging to us, and then he fell on his own, and Vahoip. They have V-hop, dude.
What the fuck are you doing? Okay.
I know where the bed defense is.
What in the... Got it. Do I need a void?
Probably. Hello again.
Hi. There we go.
The person's username is Outer Tail and After Tail.
Who got
Yellow's
the
an
emeralds?
Me, you fool.
Oh, okay. That's great. And they're both sand
After
skins.
Crunch.
They're both like the appropriate sand skins, dude.
What do you mean? Three,
Actually,
four,
like double block
five,
clutched as I was like trying to
8.
get over there, and I landed on the block clutch and still fell off anyway because who cares about my feelings?
I hate it when I hit the most insane clutch and then just walk off after. Like, clout completely and utterly denied.
But no, like, I was still shifting. I was shifting the entire time. I jumped off. I was shifting in the air, clutched, landed on the clutch, still shifting, walked off.
I've had that happen before. It just... What?! You are, in fact, Breezely bridging. That is an auto-clicker, holy.
I figured it'd take more than a frame for him to place that many blocks, but you know. Buddy.
Dude, I literally heard the sound, like... What's it called? I heard the sound of the block place, like, just louder.
Yeah. Yeah, he block trapped me a minute ago because I
Eyes Obsidian. I really want to say it's really good against bee-hoppers or people cheating. I got the bed. Oh wait, it's just this person. Oh, I am so sorry, Sarah D1.
Help me with Aqua.
Alright, I'm gonna go in. Wee. Yonk.
I had both of them on 0. Ah, I tried so hard.
Why does that guy keep jumping in the void? You know when they're on 2 and they're breaking the bed, but you just gotta wait a second. It's like, but if I kill him now, then I don't get the final kill credit.
Yeah.
I have to kill him again, and... Did you just have a third fireball thrown at you?
Yep.
Suck it, Alcovate. Could you help me with... They got kicked for being AFK! He said, guys, I'm stuck at Aquabase. Can you just help me with Brutal Forv? Brutal Forv?
Force.
Oh! He meant like he wanted us to kill him. Wait, pay attention to me. I am so important. Press buttons faster, make more distraction. Dude, I was wall running around them. They hit me off of the wall run thing I was making, block clutched. Then like traded a hit and we both fell in the void.
Excuse me!
Whoa.
Are they both over there?
Yeah, he just, like, I want to say 9 blocked me. I think that was like,
Oh,
no, that wasn't 9. That was definitely 6 or so, though. They didn't notice you. I have them distracted.
Yep, I'm taking forever though. I got it.
Alright, nice. They're both here.
I'm voiding.
If they have TNT, this ain't gonna happen.
Did you get the other guy? Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Where'd he go? Am I blind? Where'd he go?
He's up top.
Okay.
He just jumped down. He fell.
Okay. Aqua's here.
I like how we haven't been able to get obsidian just because we've been getting consistently rushed this entire game. What the? You're laggy.
Void, please.
Alright.
Oh my god. Hi.
Oh! Hello.
Hi. Okay.
Hello! I watched in Spectator, I saw everything disappear, and I saw the guy get launched. I'm assuming he TNT'd.
Yeah. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
What? Oh. Alright, so I'm just saying, this thing right here says I have 972 lifetime wins, and that is false. That is absolutely false. That is incorrect information, because I played in the tournament, and the tournament didn't count at all. I don't know why the tournament wins didn't count. I'm pretty sure they should like triple count, because 99% of the people playing in the tournament could either like b-hop or reach 19 blocks or something like that. Well, whatever. I have 1,000 wins. This thing right here proves it. This is the higher number, so we're going with that. I am so cool. I'm pretty sure there's at least one person here who's higher stars than me, probably 19. So yeah, I haven't really posted like any Minecraft content at all, even though I've spent hundreds, probably 1,000 hours on Minecraft by this point in time. If some of you are here from Xylonox's YouTube channel, I'm technically a part of Chucklecraft. I've done a lot with him in Bedwars, I've done a lot with him in Skywars. I do a lot on my own, mostly with Austin, who isn't here right now because I don't know why. I figured I'd ramble on a lot, so I didn't ask him to be in the outro. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking about possibly switching up content a little bit, because content is extremely hard for me to make considering the crap that I do. Like, the last thing that I did took like 40 hours, I want to say, something like that. So I'm kind of thinking about switching to other stuff that I can more consistently put out. I'm still going to have a lot of like, hey, I did this super cool hard thing and you should praise me because I'm amazing for it. I'm still gonna do that sort of content, but I don't know, I've been thinking a lot lately about just like different stuff that I want to do. Specifically, I want to make things like this, like just guides saying like, hey, this is how to be good at the video game, because I don't know, I like making these guides. They're fun. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Subscribe to my channel or I'll come to your house and break your bed. Bye!